Today, we're going to be showing you how to upgrade your scx10 Basecamp to the next level. Hope you enjoy.
So, I wanted to touch on this. For doing this install, okay, on these shock towers, all you're going to do is you're going to remove the top screw, and you're just going to let that puppy hang, just like that, okay? There's no reason to make it difficult. Both sides. So now that we've removed all 4 screws, that's what it looks like. All 4 screws. Take that off right there. And do that to the other side too. Just go ahead and strip it all the way down. Okay, so now we got everything removed on the rear. Okay, that's how it should look. Just go ahead and gut it all. You'll be all right. So now I got all my parts laid out here. I'm methodical when I do things, so all my bottom screws are for the bottom shock tower. Top screws are for the top shock tower, and then these are my shock screws right here. Okay, now we're gonna install these. I do want to point out that when you install these, even though we are going into plastic, I will still be using blue Loctite. Just a little tiny bit. Make sure they do not come loosened between crawls. So just a little tiny bit, and the blue is good because you can utilize the fact that you can undo the screws when you need to. If you need to do modifications or whatever need be. Alright guys, the first one is done, and I want to stress to you, use Loctite, okay? Just use a little bit of Loctite because it's going to go a long ways and you're going to thank yourself later. And when you're doing these screws here, anytime you're in aluminum and or plastic, I call it spark plug tight. So those of you that know exactly what I mean are probably nodding your head right now. I've taught my son this, spark plug tight. You go till it starts to run tight, you feel it, and you just go a little bit, just a quarter turn, and then you're good. There's nothing else you need to do. So that is absolutely gorgeous right there. These guys do a phenomenal job. Rock Pirates RC. All right, guys. A couple of things that I wanted to point out to you is when you do go to mount your shock onto this Rock Pirates RC shock tower, you're going to want to use the factory top shock. We'll call it a screw / bolt, I guess, if you will. Okay. That's the factory one that comes off the top. Bottom one stays, top one comes out. You're going to want to use a lock nut, okay, a nylock. I would like to mention that when you're doing this, your nylocks, okay, they're going to be a 5.5. See that right there? So get a 5.5 wrench. One more thing I did forget to mention. On this shock, when you go to put it back on, see how it pivots? This will slide off sometimes forward, and you will get no pivot, and you will wonder what is going on. Pull it back off. Take a pair of
needle nose pliers
and just go pop, and it'll pop right back on that ball. So there's a aluminum ball end, kind of a half ball end on here, right underneath, and that's how the shock fits on. So just in case you run into that, we've covered it on rock solid crawlers. Here fantastic product, no hardware, which is okay. Because for the serious crawler, you got plenty of hardware and you all know it. So if you are new to this game, everything that I have said to get, please get. It will make your life a lot easier when you go to install these. All right, so I'm gonna do the body post mounts on the rear first. We have the factory one set up on the front, so we're gonna mount the rear so we can get our body mounted. So, okay guys, so shock tower, or I'm sorry, body tower mounts, body post mounts. Get them mocked up like I've got them. It's not tight, you know, everything's loose. Get them mocked up first. Let's do our fronts, and then let's adjust the body and see how the front plays with the rear. We're just barely off 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, you know what, 2/16 maybe. I can manipulate them and make them fit, but then they bend back really bad. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get a better perfect fitment by doing the front. Okay guys, we're gonna do the front now. We're gonna do the front right, okay? And leave that pan hard section for the last, and beautiful fitment, as you can see. All right, so here is the front shock tower. All said and done. Everything's tightened down nicely. Again, blue Loctite. So I'm gonna explain to you one of the main things that I ran into here with doing the Rock Pirates RC shock tower. Okay, front and rear, beautiful, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So this pan hard bar right here, I'm sorry, the pan hard mount right here, it comes with a spacer. That's factory on this rig. Do not use the spacer, okay? You're gonna need to find a smaller screw, bolt, if you will, with a nylock, okay? No spacer, because I will show you. With the spacer, we get this thread and that nylock, we get it in the way. So that's without the spacer. It's perfect. You've got full steer. Okay, right, left.
Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to see all of our new upcoming content. And we'll see you guys at our next video.